In the soft afterglow of a fading autumn afternoon, the ancient estate emerged from the folds of time like a relic of a long-forgotten dream. The sprawling property lay at the edge of a lonely forest, its once opulent facade now marred by the ceaseless embrace of nature. Vines snaked over cracked stone walls, and the heavy wooden door, left ajar by the swift passage of years, beckoned with silent mystery. This ruined splendor was more than mere decay. It bore witness to secrets buried beneath layers of history and the weight of generations. In this hushed arena of memories and dust, the stage was silently set for an adventure that would unspool the threads of legend and truth alike. A young historian, whose life had been steeped in the scholarly pursuit of time's forgotten chapters, found herself the unexpected heir to this secluded domain. With practical resolve and a heart full of curiosity, she stepped into the remnants of a bygone era. Her gaze, both analytical and tender, swept across the neglected grounds, envisioning a tapestry where each shattered window and moss-covered arch was a chapter waiting to be read. Although the estate had long been dismissed as nothing more than an oddity from the darker corners of history, its eerie ambiance and whispered lore ignited within her an insatiable need to unravel what lay hidden behind its crumbling walls. The estate had for centuries been the subject of local folklore, stories spun by villagers around crackling fires, tales of a reclusive master whose eccentricities had bordered on madness. Yet, to the discerning mind of our historian, these narratives presented intriguing pieces of a puzzle rather than fanciful superstition. With measured steps and a careful gaze that absorbed every detail, she began her solitary exploration. The earthen floor creaked underfoot like the soft recitation of an ancient chant, and each movement resonated with the promise of discovery among fragments of the past. It was in this solemn, shadowed dwelling that the first true sign of a mystery began to unfurl. In one of the estate's silent chambers, a large, empty room bathed in the melancholic light of a setting sun, an enigma lay bare. The door, real and inviting, was left wide open as if welcoming those brave enough to cross the threshold of the unknown. Just outside the open portal, resting on a dusty, time-worn table, lay an antique key. Its metal, polished and strangely pristine in contrast to the surrounding decay, shone with an almost imperceptible luminescence. Not far from this curious object, a water-stained journal entry had been discovered, its words scrawled in a hurried yet deliberate hand. The entry hinted at secrets too dangerous to be kept hidden, as if warning against the unbridled pursuit of knowledge. In that moment, the historian recognized that every artifact, every snippet of text, and every silent detail was a deliberate piece in a much larger, generational puzzle. As she knelt to study the key, its cool metal pressed against her fingertips like a tangible connection to a distant past. It was as though the key had been prepared for this very moment, patiently awaiting the touch of one capable of unraveling the mysteries it guarded. The journal, with its cryptic language and smudged ink, painted a picture of a mind tormented by secrets and burdened by a legacy of fear. In crisp, deliberate strokes, it recounted the days when a door, literal and figurative, had once sealed away truths far too potent to be exposed to a world not yet ready. The historian's thoughts twisted and turned around the artifact. If the room was already unlocked, then what could the key possibly be meant for? Was it a symbolic tool meant to unlock something deeper than physical barriers? Or was it the key to an additional chamber of truth concealed beyond the obvious? As she advanced further into the estate, the interplay of light and shadow seemed to guide her along a predetermined path, as if the building itself wished to disclose its dark and secretive history. Each step was accompanied by subtle signs, a fleeting glimpse of an inscription carved into a pillar here, a stray glimmer of reflected sunlight off a cleverly hidden mirror there, all of which suggested that the secrets of the past were interwoven with the architecture of the estate. The corridors echoed the constant, rhythmic whisper of time passing, punctuated by the occasional groan of thinning walls and creaking floorboards. It became evident that the very structure of the building held memories of those who once called it home, and every stone and shard of glass played its part in a silent, ongoing dialogue with the present. In the silence of the vast, decaying halls, the historian felt the relentless pull of inquiry. The estate was not simply an abandoned relic from history but a living narrative that spanned generations. The Cryptic journal had hinted at a secret so immense that it required a lifetime to comprehend, a mystery that had haunted previous custodians or at least those who had dared to probe too deeply into its origins. As she explored further, the realization grew that the unlocked room was itself a paradox. While it stood open and seemingly accessible, its true essence remained locked behind layers of metaphor and deliberate concealment. The key, far from being a tool for opening a door already ajar, had instead become a symbol of the threshold between what was known and what lay concealed in the shadows of the estate's storied past. At the heart of this labyrinth of antiquity and enigma, the historian began piecing together the fragments of a much larger puzzle. The antique key, gleaming despite the relentless decay around it, suggested that there were secrets still carefully curated for those with the persistence to seek them out. Beyond the physical function of unlocking, the key invited her to momentarily suspend her disbelief about the nature of reality. It called on her intuition and intellect in unison, urging her to look beyond the literal door and consider the metaphorical significance of a space left open yet safeguarded by the remnants of an era consumed by mystery. Here, the threshold between past and present blurred in a way that defied conventional explanation, beckoning her to unlock not just a door, but a realm of truths and unspoken fears. Amidst the peeling wallpaper and spectral remnants of bygone opulence, she slowly pieced together clues from scattered journal entries, faded family crests, and cryptic carvings etched into the very wood of the estate. Every answer she uncovered seemed to spawn a larger, more daunting question, forcing her to reassess not only her understanding of the estate but also her own conceptions of history itself. In this realm where physical decay seamlessly intertwined with the decay of long-held secrets, the estate became a mirror reflecting the often painful intersection of memory and reality, where the past was both an inescapable burden and an essential guide to navigating the present. As the evening shadows deepened and the estate seemed to breathe with a life of its own, the historian's determination hardened. The strange tableau of an open door paired with a solitary key, combined with a journal entry soaked and blurred by water, resonated as a call to action. It was a call that transcended the tangible decay of stone and wood, a call to explore the invisible threads of legacy, of truth, and of the personal cost of knowledge hidden within the folds of history. With each measured step, she envisioned the room not merely as a chamber with unlocked boundaries, but as a symbol of the unyielding human desire to understand what lies beyond the scene. The unlocked room, standing in plain view, was itself a riddle. It was both accessible and inviolable, a paradox that mirrored the very nature of memory and the elusive quality of truth. The air felt heavy with the whispers of those who had come before, and it was in this charged atmosphere that the historian began to connect disparate details. The key, an incongruent relic in a place where everything else had succumbed to time's decay, hinted at a dual reality, the world of tangible history and the world of hidden meanings entwined with myth. The journal entry spoke of a secret so dangerous that its keeper had gone to extraordinary lengths to confine it within the boundaries of a seemingly ordinary room. Gradually, a picture emerged of an individual who, in life, had faced impossible choices between protecting loved ones, preserving knowledge, and preventing a truth that could shatter the fragile peace of ordinary existence. This story of sacrifice and suspense reverberated through the silent corridors, leaving the historian with an unsettling yet profound sense of connection to a past that was as much a part of her as it was an enigma to be solved. Within the labyrinthine structure of the estate, every artifact bore the weight of life's transient nature. The open door symbolized the threshold between what was secure and what lay vulnerable in the heart of the mystery. The room that it led to was a stage upon which the interplay of time and secrecy unfolded. In that room, the unusual array of relics, from a solitary key to the delicate, water-damaged journal pages, served as both reminders and warnings. They were relics of a time when the act of keeping a secret was not merely a matter of personal pride but one of survival, of legacy, and of a duty to protect a truth that could otherwise become a catalyst for future calamity. The historian's journey through this Gothic landscape was not undertaken lightly, for each step was laden with the possibility of confronting dark, perilous truths. The shadows that danced on the walls carried with them the echoes of ancient regrets, while every cold, forgotten corner suggested that some memories were meant to remain undisturbed. Yet, the more she discovered, the more the paradox deepened. The unlocked door, with its inviting openness, hid within it the profound realization that some mysteries, once awakened, could never be reburied. The key, in this context, was not a simple mechanism to open a physical barrier. It was a talisman, a symbolic pass to a realm where revelation and destruction commingled, altering the course of history even as it whispered tales of caution. Drifting through the estate with an unwavering resolve and a heart both skeptical and yearning for truth, the historian became increasingly aware that every element of this decaying world was meant to be seen as part of a larger, interconnected narrative. The intricate design of the open space and concealed artifacts formed an elaborate puzzle, one whose solutions were not written solely in the dust of the past, but in the living experiences of those who dared to seek them. This realization imbued her with both a sense of urgency and a recognition of the inherent dangers that accompanied such profound inquiries. It was as if the estate itself had orchestrated this moment, presenting her with the essential components of a story that transcended time and demanded that the secrets sealed within its walls finally be unearthed. In the quiet solitude of that fateful chamber, the historian sensed that the blurred line between literal and metaphorical had become irrevocably intertwined. The unlocked room no longer appeared as a mere spatial construct but as a palpable symbol of a truth that, though hidden, beckoned the brave to break free from the chains of convention. The pristine key, lying incongruously beside the open threshold, summoned her to question the boundaries of history, memory, and belief. It was a reminder that sometimes, in order to truly understand the past, one must confront the uncomfortable reality that certain doors, once opened, transform not only the space they reveal but also the soul of the seeker. Time passed with a deliberate slowness, and as dusk surrendered to night, the estate seemed to pulse with the rhythm of unsolved mysteries. In the interplay of moonlight and shadow, each detail, from the fragmented ink on the journal page to the subtle glint of the key under the faint luminescence, conspired to reveal a complex tapestry of human emotion, hope, regret, and defiance. The historian, acutely aware of the delicate balance between revelation and oblivion, allowed herself to be carried forward by the momentum of a story far larger than her own existence. In that space, the unlocking of a door was not an endpoint but rather the beginning of a relentless quest for understanding. A quest that demanded she piece together the broken fragments of legacy to forge a connection between the visible present and the invisible heartbeat of the past. The mystery, with its dangerous allure and enigmatic charm, ultimately became a crucible for transformation. As the historian continued her solitary march through corridors laden with both beauty and decay, she internalized the notion that the true key was not a physical object confined to a forgotten drawer. Instead, the key was the spark of relentless curiosity, the force that urged one to question, to search, and to brave the unknown with unwavering resolve. The unlocked room and the pristine key together evoked the idea that some secrets possess the power to alter not only external realities but also the inner landscapes of those willing to listen to history's quiet revelations. In this confluence of mystery and memory, every artifact held the promise of illumination, even if that light came with the risk of blinding revelations or a confrontation with parts of oneself long suppressed. The historian's footsteps, echoing in the vast emptiness, marked the slow unveiling of a story that, despite its age and the weight of years, remained as vibrant and dangerous as the first breath of life. Here, in the silent interplay of shadow and light, the key and the unlocked room merged into a symbolic dance, a dance that voiced a timeless challenge to those who dared pursue the core of hidden truths. It was a reminder that some doors, though left open, continue to guard mysteries too profound to be freely walked through without encountering the transformative power of what lies beyond. As the night deepened and silence reclaimed the hallways, the estate revealed its final, solemn truth, that the quest for understanding was as infinite as time itself, and that every answer sired a new question of equal magnitude. The unlocked room, far from offering a simple solution, had instead become a living metaphor for the delicate equilibrium between revelation and silence. The key, though physically present on a forgotten table, had gained meaning only when paired with the realization that some secrets are guarded not by physical locks but by the inherent risks that accompany human discovery. Thus, in the dim melding of night and memory, the historian embraced the daunting yet vital responsibility of piecing together the fragments of a legacy that refused to remain hidden in darkness. In that expansive, decaying venue where the past and present commingled, every stone and every whispered echo carried the promise of transformation. The room with its open door was no longer just a space in an old mansion. It was the threshold into the vast realm of human history, where each unlocked mystery beckoned with both allure and warning. The pristine key lay silently as a reminder that sometimes what is needed to uncover the heart of a secret is not a tool to open a door that is already ajar, but a symbol to encourage the seeker to explore deeper into the layers of truth, memory, and sacrifice. And so, as the historian continued her solitary, arduous journey through corridors heavy with the gravitas of unspoken histories, she understood that every step taken into the realm of the unknown was a step toward a profound communion with the ghosts of the past. Ghosts who, in their silent vigilance, safeguarded a secret that some doors were indeed meant to remain forever locked. In the final hours before dawn broke across the horizon, the estate became a living testament to the unyielding power of curiosity and the enduring impact of obscure truths. Every element, from the slow decay of the once grand rooms to the enigmatic symbolism of the open door and the gleaming key, mapped out a narrative as intricate and profound as the winding paths of memory itself. The historian, now a part of this ageless story, carried forward the legacy of those who had come before, determined to reveal the hidden depths and dangerous beauty of a mystery that defied simple explanation. In that moment of resolute silence, as the first rays of light dared to traverse the long shadows of the old halls, the unlocked room, the solitary key, and the water-stained journal entry together forged a singular, timeless truth: that the pursuit of truth is a journey marked by risk, by revelation, and by the eternal interplay between what is seen and what is concealed. Thus, in the quiet renewal of dawn, the old estate continued to whisper its secrets to all those brave enough to listen, a reminder that every unlocked door hides a labyrinth of mysteries waiting to be unraveled, and that sometimes the true key lies not in the act of opening something already exposed, but in the courage to step into the unknown and embrace the darkness as well as the light. In this space of forgotten grandeur and enduring enigma, the historian's path merged with that of the ancient estate, forever intertwined in a tale of revelation, danger, and the haunting beauty of a secret that time itself could not bury. Every step and every whispered memory within these creaking walls spoke of a universe where mystery reigned supreme, a universe where life was as fragile as the pages of an old journal and as persistent as the light that seeped through time-worn cracks. And so, under the watchful gaze of history and the undying pulse of human curiosity, the narrative of the unlocked room and its solitary, shining key became a timeless saga, an eternal testament to the notion that sometimes the greatest revelations are not found by unlocking what is immediately before us, but by daring to explore the mysteries that lie just beyond the threshold. In this final act of revelation, with the estate standing as the silent custodian of unspoken truths and the key as a lasting emblem of the seeker's relentless spirit, the young historian embraced her destiny. A destiny woven into the very fabric of a journey where every door, once left open, beckoned with the promise of dangerous and profound discovery. Her footsteps, echoing in the vast expanse of history, carried with them the resolve to not only unveil the secrets of an old abode but to unlock within herself the enduring light of truth, even as she ventured into the unknown depths of a legacy that was as perilous as it was profound. And so, as morning fully claimed the night and the estate bathed in the gentle luminescence of a new day, the unlocked room, the mysterious key, and the faded words of a water-stained journal remained forever bound in a single, stirring testament that the pursuit of hidden truths is a journey marked by both wonder and peril, and that sometimes the most significant keys in life are those that open not a door, but a path leading to the very essence of memory, legacy, and the eternal dance between darkness and light.